I don't really have like an intro, obviously, to say. But okay, if you guys been watching my last video, I edited, well, essentially I edited all the rosters for every team in the NHL. So the overalls were averaging around 80. Some players were in the 80s. More players were in the 70s, and you had your lower tier players in the 60s, right? It was a good, it's enjoyable, fun experience to play with and stuff like that. But as I began to tweak around with the settings and the rosters even more, I came across something that was very dynamic. It seems like every player now has an importance, even if they're slow, if they're a hard checking player, if they're more of a finesse player, if they're more of an agile player. Now these attributes come out to light more. So what I've done for the rosters, to give you an example here, don't worry, I know that Tavares and Anders Lee are not on the Anders Lee is not on the Habs, but whatever, I'm just playing around rosters on my spare time. But just to give you an idea, for example, if we look at Anders Lee, excuse me, if you look at his puck control, pretty much puck control and passing, in my opinion, it's overpowered in the game. So what I've done is I've tweaked it all the way down. Only certain players have higher than 36 or 40 overall for passing, but most players just have the basic 36, and you're still able to make tape passing. It's just that if you're out of position or if you're trying to pass too fast, the pass is not going to go to the intended receiver, just like in real life. I mean, some players cannot just pull off passes that fast, but I just felt like the offense in general was very overpowered, including the passing. And what I've done is for example, for Anders Lee, he's a power forward, so I took away, as far as puck control, deking, not really known for deking. Not a hand-eye, I take that away. I hate to see players just always hit, the puck when they're batting the puck out of the air. It's like sometimes you hit and miss, and also for one-timers, a lot of players now are fanning on one-timers, like in the real world. Players do not always get all the wood on the one-timer when you're doing a one-timer, so I felt like hand-eye gave it that organic feel. But he's a good shooter, so I have a couple of tiers here. So I have, if you're a grinder, your shooting attributes are going to be in the 60s, but your physicality will be in the high 80s, even 90s, because you're a grinder. For skating, power forwards are not really that fast of skaters, but I've given them 75 speed and 75 acceleration and 70 speed. Balance, he's a power forward, he's a big guy, you're not going to be able to knock him off the puck too good. And I know something very interesting here. Some people might have some questions, like if you look at senses and defense. On defensive awareness, I put 99. On offensive awareness, I put 45. The reason why is because I just feel this game is overpowered offensively. Like right now, the trend in the NHL is overpowered defensively. So if in order for it to play a sim style, it has to be overpowered defensively. It has to be more balanced towards defense, and you're looking for holes in the defense to score. Right now, that's the trend. Maybe in the trend, it'll be overpowered offensively, and defense will be something that's second class to offense. But for now, it's defense first. If you're watching games now, especially going down the stretch in the real world NHL, defense is very important. So speaking of which, let's go to defense here. So for example, someone like a defensive defenseman, Jordy Ben not really known for his shot, so I didn't give him like a huge rating for shooting, but skating, he's a pretty good skater, and he's good defensively. So that's what he's known for, a defensive defenseman. But someone like, for example, if you see his ratings there, he's not much of a deker, but he's a good passer. Defensive awareness, stick checking, but the strength, he's not, he's not known for his strength, so he's not the strongest guy. But it just gives you, like, just to give you an idea, it just gives you, player differentiation here where it comes to playing the game. And also, what I've noticed for goalies, if you look at the reflexes, you know, stick low, stick high, glove low, glove high, 5-hole, and all that. If he's a good goalie, then typically I give him higher ratings for that. Where I took the ratings all the way down was on agility. Where's agility? Okay, if you look at the athletic section, agility is down to 36. What I found with this, guys, is that the goalies react more organically. They're not going to make the Spider-Man saves. I think this is the culprit when it comes to that, especially if you're I think Johnny Superman did a video on this. Like, this happened, this started to be noticed in NHL 13, and it's still here in NHL 17. And basically, if they're doing a sprawling save and their blocker is maybe a little bit lower to the ice, and then the puck is going to the upper net or to the top net or top corner, excuse me, his blocker would actually just move. And I feel like that, I'm not seeing as much as that now. I had a few games last night where I believe Crawford was making a sprawling save, and he just stayed in position. Like, he didn't make any special movements at the end. He didn't alter his block or anything. He just got in front of the puck, which is what a sprawling save is. And just overall, the gameplay with goalies, I'm finding, is a little more organic. Like, pucks are bouncing off of them and not being warped into their body. You know, so this is what I have here. And what I've done for that, the puck not being able to be warped in, is rebound control. I put it around the board for every goalie, 58, and recover 78. I don't want them to recover too fast, but I also don't want them to be too slow. Also, speed comes into effect when you're recovering. So I just felt like 58 for rebound control and 78 for recover was just a good balance overall. And then what will differentiate goalies is their reflexes. Are they reflexes and vision? If they have good vision and reflexes and speed, this is what's going to set them apart. But agility, I don't want to see it. Like, and even now, the goalies are still agile. They're just not super agile for no reason agile, like that extra agility that no one wants to really see. That doesn't really feel real. Doesn't really feel believable. It doesn't feel organic. So that's who we have for the Habs. I'll just go real quick over who we have for the Blackhawks, and then we'll get into the gameplay. So let me just switch sides here. All right, guys, I know the sound is not the best quality, but I mean, I'm just a new YouTuber, so you know, as time goes by, I'll get more equipment to make better quality sounding things, I guess. But let's just go into the edit lines for the Blackhawks. So keep in mind, the only player we had in the green as far as overall was Tavares, right? Now I know what you're thinking, like, why is Taves and King 71? But if we look here, stick checking, defensive awareness, Taves has very good poise, which most of the players in these new builds of the rosters I'm making don't have any poise. He has a good shot. Body checking is decent, aggressive, durability is good. You know, face off is good. Balance for skating, acceleration. He's still a fast player, but I don't know, it just comes up to a 71 overall. So I try not to focus on the overall. I want to see the chart or the player. You know, I want to see one by one what his attributes are, and then that tells me what kind of player I'm dealing with. You know, I feel like overalls, you know, you have grinders in this game, you know, out of the box rosters that are in their 80s, like 85, and they have like a hard shot, and pretty much you could dangle with them. I feel like that's just not realistic for me. Really, what makes a player good, what makes a player exciting to watch is, can they put the puck in the net? Are they able to deke? You know, are they able to do these things? You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see a player that's 94 overall, and then when you take them in your GM mode, they're only finishing with 20 goals, 30 assists. Like, that's ridiculous. Then you should have an overall that more reflects 20 goals and 30 assists. Like, if your overall is 94 and you're only able to put up 50 points a year, you're not a 94 player. Or it's just the way it is. A 94 player is going to put up like 100 points, 90 points a season. But you're putting up 50 points and you have like a 90 overall. That, to me, that doesn't make any sense. And so sometimes you have a bunch of players with 85, 86, 88 overalls, and you're not able to really, I mean, it feels like you're playing with any other player. I don't want to feel that. I want to feel the difference between a Taves and a Brian Flynn or Marcus Kruger, when we're, or, you know, to speak of the Hawks. Kane, now if you look at Kane, very good shot and very good skating. You know, he's not the strongest guy. He's not the guy that's gonna give you massive body checks, and you know, so I didn't give him those attributes. Now I gave him a 77 overall, but I bet you, if you're controlling this guy, you're gonna feel you only need him for one thing: to skate, pass, and shoot. All that other extra stuff he's not known for, so that's why I didn't give him those attributes. I took away those attributes. I took away poise, offensive awareness. Though I gave him an 80. You know what I'm saying? Because he's one of the more offensive players in the game. But if we look at someone like Jordan Tutu, his offensive awareness is 36. And don't worry, you can still score with Jordan Tutu. It's just that he's not going to be as talented as Patrick Kane. And you're going to feel the difference. This is what I want to stress. You want to be able to feel the difference between players, because then it feels like you have to strategize. You have to, you know, if you're working with your fourth line, you're not going to try to dangle and deke out everybody, because most people on the fourth line have like what for deking? They have what does Jordan Tutu have, for example? Yeah, he has a 43 deking. So you're not going to try to deke out anybody. You're going to try to grind, which is what he is, a grinder. I wanted grinders to feel like grinders and playmakers to feel like playmakers. You know, so this is what I have here on defense. And I'll show you the goalies. 78, 74. Okay, so now let's get into the gameplay, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. I'm going to be stopping as things happen that I want to point out in the game. I will be stopping to comment on them, but for the most part, it'll be mostly gameplay, but I will add in some, you know, replays, or go into instant replay and check out some sequences just to explain what I mean, and you know, the combination of player attributes and sliders, what you know, how the game could actually play and how fun the game can be. I'm just going to go through the sliders just so that you guys know what I'm working with. All right, if you want to copy these sliders, obviously you're more than welcome to do it. But that's what I got for sliders so far. I'm not going to really comment on these. I think they're pretty self-explanatory, and you'll see the proof in the pudding once the gameplay starts. Yeah, I just want to make sure that's right. Okay. Alright, so let's get into gameplay, guys. Show you what this thing is made of. And it does take a lot of time to make these rosters, but it's fun when once you get it all together and you see how the game plays. It's actually really fun. Excuse me. Now I have a slower team, a relatively slower team compared to Chicago, so I'm not going to try to just skate in there all the time. I'm actually going to try to dump and chase, respect my time and space and stuff, and not give players the edge. You just want to dump and chase and try to set up in the offensive zone. If you're working with a slower team like Montreal, they have a lot of grinders, a lot of fourth liner guys that are playing second and third line roles, so we got to be mindful of that. Whoa. Got a little nervous there, skating close to the goalie, but luckily I was able to get that saved. Alright, I don't got anyone with me, so... So you see what passing does? Like I said, passing in this game for me was overrated. I mean, it was over... Like, yeah, it is... Well, you can say it's overrated. Like, for me, it's overpowered. I don't want to be able to pass through bodies. I want interceptions to happen. And I feel like when the passing attributes are lower, if you pass or you try to pass through bodies, more often than not, they are going to get intercepted, just like it would in the real world or in any hockey game that's played in the real world. You can't pass through bodies effectively. You have to look for the open man, which adds that which adds another level of realism, which adds another level of having to strategize plays as opposed to just passing because you feel like passing to that player that's standing over there that's covered by like 3 defenders, you know, and being able to even pull off a one-timer shot and score. No, that's not going to work in this model or in this build of roster attributes and slider attributes. You're going to have to look for somebody to pass it to, cycle the puck, you know, stick lift, stick check, poke the puck, try to get an open man. See, it can't really just pass it like that. And also what I like also about these attributes and sliders, if the pass is too fast, like if I pass it in the slot and the pass is too fast and the guy's skating in, he's not going to have full control. Again, that puck control rating comes into effect, and that person's not going to be able to really just shoot the puck. He's going to whiff at it. It might go in, but it won't be able to, he won't be able to get like a full shot, depending on who it is. More times than not, he's not going to be able to get a full shot on net. And that's, you know, if you're looking for that realism, I mean, this is as fun as it, this is as really real as it gets, really. Like I said, you gotta grind it out and try to get a scoring opportunity. Now, I could still easily shoot the puck on net, but it probably won't go in. And so what happens from there is you're giving up the possession of the puck to the opposing team. And basically now they're coming to score on you, or they're coming in your zone. So really what I'm trying to do is cycle the puck and look for an open guy and look for a scoring chance. Excuse me, guys, I'm still getting over a cold. And it's something I wish like EA would actually implement in its actual computer AI. I don't want to just see the AI skate in and shoot at the first opportunity it gets, and sometimes, and most of the time, it won't even go in. Like, I want the, you know, I want the AI to actually look for a scoring opportunity, you know, for them to fix the defensive AI and make it so that you have to work for your goals. Like, I don't like just skating in. Like, all that loose AI stuff, y'all could have that for, like, HUT. You know, when you're working with 5-minute periods and you have to score goals, right? And I understand something like that for HUT, but something like this for offliners who want to play 20-minute periods and want to play a more sim style type of game, like, this is something we need. Like, we need better defensive AI. I guess on HUT you need it too. I've heard the complaints for HUT, but I don't know, for especially if you're offliner, if you're not really going to be playing against anyone online, you want to have the best experience sim-wise, you know, playing against the AI. Alright, let me get set up on this power play, because right now this power play is atrocious. Alright. Oh, you see that, guys? That agility, man. It makes it so that the goalie does not make perfect saves all the time and not give up any rebounds, and makes the game like a game of inches, like they say. Makes it very close. Let's look at that sequence again. Look at that pad save Crawford made. And I just want you to see, pay attention or mind the behavior of the puck, also of players trying to get in on the rebound. Nice one-timer in front. He makes the save and doesn't quite get the rebound. Radulov obviously cannot get all the wood because he's coming into contact with pads. So he's not just gonna shoot the puck past the pads. See, it just goes off the pads and wide. It just gives it that excitement, like, oh, I almost scored type of feeling. Or maybe if I was positioned better, I would have scored. And it just makes it more exciting to watch and to play, because you feel like, okay, oh, I could have almost scored there. As opposed to knowing, like, sometimes you're passing a puck and you're like, okay, he's going to shoot and score. And there's no, like, surprised, or like, you know, there's no element of surprise sometimes playing this game. It's like you almost know what's gonna happen, even if you're the one who's gonna score and win or whatever. Sometimes you just don't like to see those things. I really, like I said in my other videos, I really want it to be believable. I want to feel like the goalie actually almost made the save or attempted to make the save. Sometimes I just feel like they put an animation in there to make it, to give it that look like they almost made the save, and that even the goalie knew, or the AI knew he was supposed to let that in. But I feel like with these sliders and the attributes, it's a lot more, well, if the puck happens to be there and the pad's there to block it, well, then it's going to count as a save. You know, it's not going to be like a canned animation with a predetermined outcome for the puck to go into the net or whatnot, or for a save, that is. You know, so oh, got no one at the point. Okay, I'm on my off wing here, so yeah, it actually pays to come out the zone on your on wing or on your strong side, because it's very easy for them to like check the puck away from you. Oh, give me a break. Oh, that looked like a clean check to me, but onto the penalty kill here. Okay, alright, that nice save there. And yeah, just dump it down. Also, if you're gonna notice here, like stick collisions actually have an effect on whether or not you're able to retain the puck or whether or not the AI is able to retain the puck. It's like, as far as visually, sticks are still going through other sticks, but the effect or the outcome of a stick collision is a lot more prevalent now than it was before. And again, that's because puck control is overpowered. Like the puck control, I'm not talking about like the slider setting. I'm talking about the player rating for puck controls in this game are very overpowered. And so sometimes, even though they've added a slider for incidental contact immunity as far as sticks, body, and legs are concerned, if that player has a high puck control, then it's not going to really be effective, or it's not going to really be prevalent because of the puck control rating for the average player, that being in the 80s. Like that to me is way too high. Like really, you should have minimal puck control. It should all be about like, can you deke past sticks or stuff like that, or do you have a knack to retain the puck? And that's not a lot of players. Like only a handful of players who could actually do that. I'm talking about deke through sticks and stuff. Like there's only like 3 I could think of. You know, so it's not a everyday thing. It's not a every player thing where someone's going to be able to pick up a stick and just dangle through sticks and be able to retain the puck like that. You know, that's not realistic. I know players like that stuff. I know there are some players in the community who like to deke with every player they can. I don't like that. Like, if a player's not known for deking, I don't want him to really deke and stuff. Like, but again, to each his own. If you don't like that, if you like being able to dangle with everybody, I mean, then dangle. Like, go ahead and have fun with that, man. It's your game. You bought it, and you should be able to have the experience you want to have. But for those of us in the community, which I know maybe are not too many of us who actually like the sim play and playing full 20-minute periods and grinding it out all game, just, you know, to win. Like, okay, that you know, we just like to be able to play these kind of games. So, and again, if this type of, you know, game style is not your thing, I totally respect that. Like I said, everyone has an experience, everyone has an interpretation of how a game should play, and you know, you got to respect that. Oh, he digs through. Nice save. You see how the puck is more live? It doesn't just warp into the goalie's body or warp somewhere else. Nice deke. Couldn't get it done. See that puck control? What? Ugh. These calls, man, they're killing me. Anyways, so we're 7 minutes to go here in a period, and both sides have only managed to put on 3 shots. Again, you know, the AI is looking for opportunities to score. They don't have crazy puck control, so they're not able to just score whenever they want. You know, I'm sure they could still, because it's the AI and they could decide to do whatever they want. But I mean, if there are preset calculations going into the AI, maybe we've offset it, or we've offset what is called, or what is referred to as ice tilt. And to me, that's the AI's ability, as far as I understand, to be able to score at will and to be able to defend whatever you know, offensive threat you're bringing. You know, maybe with the sliders now and the rosters being altered, maybe now it's more organic. Maybe it's really about being able to defend well, being able to cycle the puck more. You know, sorry, I'm in the wrong menu. Meant to go to instant replay. So maybe now it's more about, can you play the game well, like, you know. But there's 2 things I wanted to focus on in this replay sequence. It's okay, he gets the puck flat-footed, defender misses his cue there, and Taves is walking in on the breakaway. And just look at the puck reaction, and look at Price. He moves into the shot. Maybe agility has something to do with this. He moves into the shot and pushes to the other side. Do you see that? I don't know. Maybe agility has something to do with this, because maybe this is something that needs to be looked at, because he pushes to the puck, and look at his right leg pushing. Taves can't really get his stick because it's in the goalie's pad, and he pushes to the left just enough to kick the puck out from rolling it. That feels organic. That feels natural. That feels like, oh, he almost scored, but oh, sorry. Let me better show that. So save. Davidson is also having something to do with this. I guess he's pushing the defender, and it's like those plays you like to see, like, instead of, like, you know, that other stuff. Now here's Brian Flynn. He doesn't have like a high deking rating, but look, if you know how to play with the puck enough, you see that, like, he just kind of hits and whips the puck, and it's those little things you're gonna see every now and then, and that's how some players are able to break free. And he doesn't, like I said, doesn't have a high rating, so I don't know why I try to deke, but he can't get the puck there. So next time, I guess I should just shoot it instead of trying to be Mario Lemieux with Brian Flint. So again, you know, little nuances here and there that make the game, to me, a lot better. And once as far as the sliders are concerned, guys, like I said, just copy these sliders. But if I find a way to actually share these rosters, I will. If I have to put them like on USB format, and then if you have to then download them, then that's what you'll have to do. And then, you know, upload it to your player profile on PS4. For Xbox, guys, I'm sorry, I don't have an Xbox, and I don't know if a USB file would work, but I think there is a way that we could roster share. It's just really ghetto and very ultra manual. It's not something we could all do by just go, you know. That's why I really feel like EA should, I'm gonna say it again, they should do some roster sharing, man. You know, and I feel like roster sharing would you know, take away the pressure from them having to update rosters all the time. Because as soon as, you know, a trade happens, we want a roster share. Or for new players added to a team, you know, we want a roster update. Sorry. You know, but if with a roster sharing, I mean, there's people in the community that would gladly do that stuff. Like, and you won't have to pay them. They'll just share it. And I feel like that is something that is missing again from the game. You know, and it's something EA should really think about now. I don't know if it's because manpower. I know making video games is a lot of work. Alright, I know it seems like it's not a lot of work, but it is a lot of work. So I don't know if there's a certain amount of manpower that's going to be needed to do something like that. But if they can, I think it's something they should really consider. Can't get the pass in the traffic. Okay, I'm just gonna dump that. Can you imagine if that went in with all the shots? Okay, do I have a 3-on-2? Drop pass, drop pass. Yes. Miss. Okay, I'm gonna dump that. Nice. Nice play. Nice goal. One-timers still work, man. Even with these low attributes, one-timers still work. They can still connect. They just have to be open. Puck has to be passed at the right speed. And I like the goalie's positioning, but again, like I said in my other video, I think it's called like saves that have to go or something like that. Like, Crawford could just make a pad save attempt. This save is not necessary. That's not necessary. Not necessary. And on your butt. I mean, even if he did save it, I mean, he's on his butt, and that's an easy rebound for Shaw or for any player standing there. You know, nice positioning. I feel like the speed was realistic. I mean, he's not supposed to have a spidey sense for a save. There are instances where they do make those kind of saves, but it's very, like I said, it's very believable. Okay, let's look for another one. Oh, snap. Nice save. Ah, snap. And I'm taking all kinds of penalty right now. I have to get my discipline game on point. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh. See that, guys? It's really close. Even though, nice defense. Even though the ratings are low, sometimes you got players like Panarin who have higher ratings for offensive capabilities as opposed to defensive. So you gotta be aware of who's on the ice at all times, or pretty much this AI will make you pay. But again, guys, you have to remember this is a game, and when it comes to AI, it comes down to calculations. So keep that in mind. It's still, I know the lower ratings, but if you have a guy in low with good shooting capabilities and good aim, then anyone essentially can score in a situation like that. And I also like how the passes are not going like tape. I know you like tape we all like tape to tape passing, but like, you know what I mean, man. Like this, like superhuman passing is what I'm talking about. Like it's just so straight. Like, no, I like the fact that it kind of goes to the guy, but not really to the guy in certain situations. Kind of like that stuff. Now I'm gonna figure out a way to tweak that, because that's one thing about my build I don't really like as far as the gameplay is concerned. Like players will be skating with a puck and just lose the puck. You know, that could be fixed though. I think if I add more puck control on a setting, or on the gameplay settings, then that could be fixed. Or if I take away, like, I think I have skating impact. That setting maybe needs to be turned down a little bit, or turned off, because realistically, no players, I don't care how garbage they are, or even if they have little skill, no player really skates and loses the puck like randomly like that. So that's something I might fix in my settings. Oof. Excuse me. Okay, now they got the pressure on, but and that will do it. Alright, so that's the first period. I was able to get a goal from Shaw. A lot of good saves for Price and for Crawford. A lot of good saves, but you have to get chances, man. Panarin almost scored there. Let's see the shots on goal. Remember, these are 20-minute periods. 5 shots for me, 10 shots for the AI. 20 minutes. You know, because I know they said that you could have 20-minute periods, but it's very hard to get that with the rosters the way they are out of the box, again, because these things come into factor, like puck control, you know, agility. I mean, if a player has too much agility and puck control and they have a high shot rating, even if they're a grinder, like anything below or above 80 to me is a very good rating. Like, I know it's not 95, but it's still 80. There's a lot if you know how to play with players, 80 is a very high rating. Like, if your player is at 80 overall, you could win any type of game against anyone if you know how to play. You know, so it should be that if you're going up against a team, quote unquote, that's 90 overall, and excuse me, and you got like a team that's like 75 overall, you should be able to feel the advantage. But the way the ratings are, the way the attributes are, sometimes you don't really feel that difference. And again, that's what I'm trying to get away from. So I only got 5 shots. I think I'm gonna have to cycle the puck more and be a little more quick with my decision making. But let's pin the guy, pin him. All right, we got the puck. Let's see what we could. Nope, nothing. Uh-oh. What in the world is going on with these penalties? Man, this is like a conspiracy. Look at that, 6 shots on 4 power plays. So can you imagine if I didn't get any penalties in the first period? They got 10 shots. They would only have 4 shots. So it's very easy. I wouldn't say it's very easy to play defense, but basically what you intend to do on defense is a lot more accessible or a lot more attainable because the ratings are not overpowered. So if you're in a good position, you could block a pass. If you're in a shot lane, you could block a shot. If you're in a passing lane, or if you got a body near the passing lane, you could intercept or intercept the pass, you know? So these are things I'm talking about, like nice defense. Almost got the saucer pass for Tavares there. Alright, now I'm gonna try to be disciplined because I'm tired of getting penalties. Like, it's so annoying. Okay. Oh, dang. Again. Power play for these guys. I keep on giving them the power play, man. It's crazy. Alright, no shots on that last power play. Let's see if I can do the same. And, whoa. Nice block, nice block. Nice block. Nice save. Can't hold him down forever.